Hello everyone, my name is Victor Eze, and in this video I'll be explaining to you the concept of cloud computing. Now, have you ever wondered why everybody is just talking of cloud computing? Tech people cannot shut up about cloud computing, and they kept talking about it. I know along your journey, maybe you're interested in transitioning into tech and you've been hearing cloud computing, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and you're like, what are they talking about? Recently I've been getting a lot of DM because there's this course I'm doing. I'm doing a crash course on AWS. It's a free course, just a way to give out to people who are interested in transitioning into tech. Um, a lot of people reached out to my DM and like, I saw this ad you posted. I'm interested, but the truth is I don't even know what is cloud computing. Can I still be a part of it? So I said yes, it is. And I've been responding to explaining to them what is cloud computing. So I just decided to make a video to really explain the concept, a basic concept of what is cloud computing. Now, this is my laptop. This is a computer. I believe we all have our computer, be it laptop, desktop, your iPad, whatever, even your phone. It is computer. Now, with your phone, you can have a lot, or with your computer, you can have a lot of things on it, like you watch movie with it, you do some word processing with it, do some coding with it, assuming. Back in the day, we used to store a lot of videos on our laptop, a lot of music that will play on our laptop before Spotify, and everybody can now stream from Spotify. But even with that, we always notice there's a restriction on what this laptop can do. For example, you can run out of storage space because when you buy a computer, they'll tell you, oh, this computer comes with, for example, this one I'm holding, it actually has 8 gig RAM and 256 gigabyte of hard disk. It's really very, very low. Right now, this computer is just like a toy because it cannot really process a lot of workload that I process today. So our computers have limitations and restrictions. If I'm going out and I forget this computer and I travel to London or I travel to another country and I really need to access the things on this computer, it will be challenging for me to access the things I have on this computer. So one of the challenges that the cloud computing seems to address is that instead of us having this relying on this physical computer, we can have something more efficient, more better, that can be accessible anywhere we have. So that is just it. What can our computer do? It can do a lot, but there's a little to what it can do based on. And if I want to keep upgrading my system to based on what I use, I'm going to run out of cash. I'm going to run out of capacity. Because, for example, I might want to just run a simple model, but this model really require a large compute, but I might just be running it one time off. Me going to the market to go buy a computer of the capacity like 250 gigabyte of RAM, it's not even in the market, and even if it is, the price is an overkill for what I'm just going to be using once or twice, and I'm not going to use it anymore. So these are the challenges what cloud computing really wants to address. So what is cloud computing? Now imagine, instead of you buying this computer, you can rent it. You rent a computer of the size you want, the capacity you want, the functionality you want, and when you rent it and you use it for what you want to do, once you are done with it, you leave it. And it's also about you being able to store, like I said, have your images, have your document, you being able to store all this in a computer that anywhere you are in the world, you can access it just with your credentials. You are able to access it. So you don't need to keep carrying the physical hardware everywhere you go, because you can easily just get online and actually be able to access these resources. So the what cloud computing came to solve is actually the limitation of this physical hardware. And there are a lot of cloud providers out there, from AWS, which is of course leading in terms of cloud computing, to Azure, to Google Cloud, to IBM. There are a lot out there. So you can actually do your research on it. There are a lot out there. And what this platform actually do is to give you the ability to be able to rent a computer. Rent a computer, know the capacity you want, use it, and when you use it, you can actually release it. So you only pay for the period at which you use the computer. That is one. Then there are a lot of also storage. So when you have your documents, your pictures, your images, those valuable memory that you store on your Google Drive. Google Drive is actually an example of cloud computing. You know why? If you have your images, whatever, on Google Cloud, anywhere you go to all over the world, once you have your credentials and you have any device you use to log in, you can log in and you can access those images. So that is also a concept of cloud computing. I hope that really explained to you what it's all about. It's about not just depending on this physical hardware that you can own, but being able to go to the provider of computers. So they actually merchant computers, but in this case virtual computers. You go to this provider, you're like, oh, I want to run this workload, I want to run this model, I want to do this computing, and please, I want to rent this computer. I want a computer of 256 gig of memory. I want a computer of 600 terabytes of RAM. I want a computer of this. I want it to be able to have this processing speed. And you get it out of the box. And once you get it, you log into it, you do whatever it is you want. You can save your details on it. And when you are done, it's like, oh, I'm done with this. And you release it back and your money is saved. So that is just the basic concept of cloud computing. I hope it helps you a lot. If you have any question, please don't forget to drop your comment or ask me on the group and I'll sure to answer. Thank you very much.